I decided I should start talking about my book a little bit on here. My name is Ethan. I'm a brain cancer patient. I was diagnosed when I was 20, and people over the years have told me, Ethan, you need to write down everything about this, and you need to write a book. And I always brushed it off because I was never really into writing, especially with school, always having to write essays and stuff. I never had an interest in journaling or anything like that. But over time, as I went on in my care, my treatment, I started to write little things down here and there, little details of my treatments and experiences. And eventually I realized, okay, I kind of have a lot here. I can try to turn this into a real book. And so since I'd say December 2024, I've been slowly writing little by little and compiling my story into a book. And so I start out, I give some background on my family, and then I go into high school. I talk a little bit about my baseball teammate who was diagnosed with osteosarcoma. It's a very rare bone cancer. And watching him go through what he went through, sadly he passed away. But the lessons I learned from him, now going through my own battle, have carried with me. And I try to do my best to channel his strength and fight on. Anyways, that was high school, and I kind of talked about my experiences and how I ended up becoming interested in medicine. And then going to college, I went to UConn, studied physiology and neurobiology. I talked about a lot of things that influenced me and shaped me there, including my aunt being diagnosed with cancer as well, and the struggles she went through, different chemotherapies, and eventually being saved by a brand new treatment. And thankfully she's cancer-free to this day. And then I continued to talk about college life, applying to medical school. And I talked about my experience in medical school. I went to the first 2 years before I had to withdraw for my health reasons. And then finally, I give some reflections on my thoughts along the way, things I've learned, different, categories of my life. And then I actually end it with a little bit of journaling I had done in recent days and kind of an update of where things are at now. So that's my book. Like I said, it's called When a Bright Spot Darkens Your World. My mom came up with it randomly one night, and I just thought it was so perfect because the bright spots are active tumor on my MRIs, and obviously it has darkened my world, had me forced to deal with cancer at a young age, interrupted some of my future plans, and I'm currently in the final process. I finished the actual writing portion, and I'm into now formatting and figuring out how it can be published. So I found someone who can help with actually designing the interior and basically transferring it over from my Word document to an actual publishable document. Like when you read a book, you're not reading Word documents. You're reading a 6x9 page most likely. And the margins are a certain size, and there's certain designs for the chapter titles and indentations and different things like that I have no idea about. So that's why I hired the help of someone who is a professional in it, in editing, illustration, and the Amazon self-publishing feature, which is what I'll be doing. So I'm hoping in the next coming weeks to a couple months, my book will be available, When a Bright Spot Darkens Your World by Ethan Gasteyer. And I hope that a lot of you out there are readers would be interested in the book and can help me spread the word. Thanks.